Today's episode is sponsored by VBS Medical Limited. It's the exclusive distributor of K-laser therapy and Indiba radiofrequency therapy in the UK and Ireland. K-laser and Indiba are non-invasive therapies that enhance and accelerate the healing process, complementing standard of care, broadening therapeutic opportunities, improving clinical outcomes, generating new profit and distinguishing your clinic from the competition. K-laser and Indiba have a medical device regulation approval, meaning they have scientific publications to validate their clinical applications in practice. To learn more, visit www.vbsmedical.com and book your free trial today.
Hello, my lovely people. Welcome to this juicy bonus episode for the Treat Your Business podcast. I have decided, because I'm obviously about to drop a human. For those of you who don't know, I am 37 weeks pregnant, recording these podcasts. And just because I haven't got enough to do trying to exit 2 businesses just as I depart for maternity leave, I thought I'd throw in 4 bonus episodes for you guys to enjoy over the summer, because something was calling me to do it. So I just trust my gut, I trust my intuition, and here we are. So welcome to the first episode of the brand new bonus series I'm calling Thrive Through Summer. And it's created for you guys, for clinic owners, for business owners who are craving a summer that doesn't feel like a financial dip or an emotional burnout. And I know a lot of you who listen to this podcast have children. And for some of you, you're juggling kids being off, staff being off, you having annual leave, actually going on a holiday. Who knew that was a thing in business? Yes, you get to take some time off. And if you don't have children, then you're also facing probably being the only one that's in the clinic and trying to do all of the clients and everything else because everybody else wants time off at this time of year. How dare they? So let me ask you something. What if I told you that taking time off this summer doesn't have to mean losing momentum or losing money? What if I told you that you could actually use this time of year to strengthen your business, protect your profit, and be more present with your family, with your friends, or even maybe just with yourself? So this series that I have put together is about flipping the script that we have been handed. The one that says, oh, it's summer, expect cancellations, everyone disappears, you'll just have to ride it out, just knuckle down for a few weeks, and then we'll get back on it in September. Nope. I'm here to say that you don't have to just survive the summer. You can thrive through it. And today I'm going to start with this very quick bite-sized episode. It's 15 minutes. I promise I'll try and stick to it. And I'm going to start with the foundation. We always start here, and it's your mindset. It is the roots of the clinic success tree that we talk about. So let's dive in. Welcome to the Treat Your Business podcast with Katie Bell. I'm Katie, and this is the place where clinic owners like you learn the strategies, tools, and mindset shifts needed to transform your clinic into a thriving business, one that gives you more time, more money, and more freedom. Born from a passion to challenge the idea that average is normal, we empower clinic owners to create extraordinary businesses, incomes, and lives. Through our world-class coaching programs, we help you step out of overwhelm and into confidence, turning your clinic into a business that fuels your lifestyle, not draining it. So, are you ready? Let's dive in. Let's be honest, every year around this time, I hear the same old story. I love you all dearly, but for fuck's sake, June and July and August, this is a repeating 3 months of the year, everyone. It happens every year. So does Christmas. And I just don't understand why we have this narrative that is, it's quiet, everyone's on holiday, it's just what happens. And yes, it's to some extent, summer does bring change. It brings different challenges. But what really causes the struggle isn't the season, it's the expectation of the season. Because when you expect to slow down, you plan less, you get reactive, you shrink. And that energy, it ripples out to your team, to your clients, to your marketing. So we often go into July and August braced for impact. And we feel guilty for wanting to have time off ourselves. and we feel guilty that we aren't as present as perhaps we should be because it's just one more email and sweetie pie and I will be with you. We go into July and August with this attitude that I should just push through. I can't really afford to step away right now. I'll have to just do some work while I'm away. And if I don't stay on top of everything, it will fall apart. And I'm sure that sounds really familiar to you. Now, whether you are a very young, brand new business owner, or whether you've got a really huge clinic, like, we need to plan for the summer season. It needs to be in your financial projection. It needs to be not a reactive 3 months. It needs to be a planned 3 months. We need to decide when you're going to leverage your revenue, when you're going to protect your revenue, when you're going to have times when you're consolidating within your clinic and when you're pushing really hard. I first of all want you to know that you deserve to have time off. If you worked for any business, you would, as a minimum, get 5.6 weeks pro rata, depending on how many hours a week you work, annual leave. And that generally, for most companies, I would say, apart from if you possibly have a very senior role in that company, but even now we're seeing in corporate world, people don't have access to their emails during their holidays. They make something fancy happen in the background that means that they can't actually access them. So you absolutely deserve time off as the business owner. And there are lots of things that you can put in place early on to ensure that you get protected time off as well. So let's pause and remind ourselves, you are the visionary of your business, and vision needs space to breathe. You cannot grow a business from a place of depletion. When you are constantly on, constantly doing, constantly holding everyone and everything up, you leave absolutely no room for big picture thinking, for creativity, and for leadership. If you have one team member, two team members, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, like we do, then like leadership takes an enormous amount of your time and energy. And what I've seen over and over again is that clinic owners take this intentional time off. They return with ideas. They return with more energy. They return with stronger boundaries. They return with higher standards. We also see that your team sees that you model rest well, which gives them the permission to do the same. Because when you're in, I want you working. I want you working really hard. I want us to be efficient and effective, and I want you to be well. You have a responsibility as an adult working in my company to do that. Your clients don't disappear when you go away. They just need to be guided, and they need to be reassured ahead of time, and there needs to be a plan in place. And most importantly, your worth isn't measured by how available you are. Let me tell you that again. Your worth isn't measured by how available you are. If you are constantly available to your team, if you're constantly picking up your phone and allowing people to dictate when they can communicate with you and when they can't, and if you are constantly available to respond to WhatsApp messages, DMs, Instagrams, TikToks, heck knows whatever else they can now contact us on, Google My Business reviews, oh my God, the list is endless, then you're actually showing the universe, your team and your clients, that you really don't respect your time and your time is not worth that much money. So you deserve time off, okay? Full stop. Your business should be set up to support that, not fight against it. So let's reframe summer as a season for leverage. Instead of seeing summer as this struggle that we've just got to get through, what if we saw it as a season of leverage? Here's what I mean. It's the perfect time of year to step back from the doing and look at the design of your business. It's the perfect time of year to stop sprinting, to start building, and being able to use the natural slowdown to delegate more to your team, to automate parts of your client journey, to review what's working and what's not working, to pre-sell packages and book ahead. I'm going to talk more about that on episode number 2, which will be released next Friday as my little bonus treat. Ask yourself, how can I earn more while doing less? What would my business look like if it didn't rely on me 24/7? And when you start asking yourself those kind of questions, summer becomes way more powerful because it becomes strategic. It becomes your edge. And I want you to know that this comes from a place of like many summers in my clinic and really learning what works and what doesn't work and what you need to lean into more of. And I am here on this podcast mainly to save you guys a shitload of time, money, and energy on trying to figure it all out for yourself. I've done that. I've been there. I've spent the money. I've spent the energy. I've burnt out. I've done all that stuff for you. So I really want you to lean into sometimes in the summer season, as we see in our garden, it is flourishing, it is thriving, there is lots going on, there's people outside, there's lots happening. That doesn't always mean that has to be replicated in your business. Summer season in your business might look more all winter. It might be that's when your busiest time of year is and when you're really pushing forward with lots and lots of different things going on. But I want you to really check in on less is more. How much am I actually trying to achieve with half a team, with half the infrastructure, with people being off and me having to pick up the slack? Am I actually setting myself up for failure? So some kind of mindset things to really anchor you this summer is that rest is revenue generating. Who even knew? Rest is revenue generating. I lead better when I'm present and well. If you are heading into the summer absolutely exhausted, burnt out, and you've got to navigate childcare and all of that complex stuff over the next 6 weeks, then don't set yourself up for failure in your business as well. Really get clear on the 1 or 2 things you absolutely need to be doing in your business to protect your revenue and your profit right now. My business doesn't need me in every moment to keep moving forwards. If it does, you've got a job, you've not got a business, and you need to sort that shit out. My clinic deserves a calm, clear, energized leader, not a burnt out one. Put these on your phone background, but whatever it takes to stay rooted in the intention rather than the fear. If you go into the summer with the mindset of clients are going to cancel, clients are not going to turn up, we're going to get less people inquiring, it's a quiet season, I've got half my team off, we're not going to make any money, that is exactly the results that you are going to see. So we've got to set some intentional thoughts and we've got to set some intentional boundaries. So if you're planning to take time off or even just slow your roll down this summer, you need to protect the time with boundaries. So book your time off first. Don't fit it around everyone else's holidays. Get it in the diary and treat it as non-negotiable. If it's too late, now start looking at October half term, at Christmas. When are you booking your holiday in? Not when's everybody else and then I'll just squeeze what I can in around it. Communicate early. Let your team and your clients know your plans well in advance. It builds trust, reduces drama, allows for really good planning. Set digital boundaries. Can you delete certain apps for a week? I'm going to let you into a secret here. As I birth this human boy, actually, we know it's a boy, and there's been much talk around this in the podcast, so I apologise if nobody's really interested, but it's going to end soon. I am going to be coming off social media for a minimum of 30 days. I'm going to attempt to do it for 60 days. I'm going to delete the apps from my phones because Instagram and Facebook are only giving me reels now, which is completely focused on how you should be birthing your child, prepping for your birth, and breastfeeding on the other side. All very great information, but feckin' hell, is it overwhelming? Do you constantly compare? Do you constantly be overstimulated by so much information that I often just step back and think, you know what? My mum figured this out and she didn't have any of this. And so did all of our mums and our nannies and our grandmas in the past. So why is it that we now need to be overstimulated, over-informed? I'm just going to crack on and I'm just going to figure it out. So can you delete certain apps for the week? Because make it really hard for yourself to check back in, particularly if you're in a state of overwhelm, if you're in a state of procrastination, if you have a tendency to try and do a million things at once. I would really encourage you to just strip everything back. Stop listening to stuff. I encourage you to take 2 or 3 weeks off listening to the podcast. Please do come back because it would be really helpful if you did. Don't be overstimulated by information when you're on holiday. That is your time to have a reset. Can you set an autoresponder up that is very clear, that states you are now on annual leave and that there is nobody checking these emails? And guess what? Clients will figure it out. Can someone triage your messages whilst you're away? My VAs will be managing my inbox, so I don't have to. Boundaries aren't about restriction. They're actually about freedom. I want to leave this with you. Oh my God, 15 minutes, 35 seconds. I said 15 minutes. You've earned a summer that supports you. You've built something incredible. It's now time to step into a season where your business works for you, not the other way round. If this episode really hit home for you in one way or the other, I want you to go and take some action. Please do not be one of these people that consumes and does nothing about it. If something inside you whispered, this is really what I need to get the grip, and I don't want to have a repeat of being burnt out and tired and juggling a million things, and I want to have more time off in the summer with my kids next year, then we need to do something about it now. Then if you remember, you can now stop listening and go about your day. But if you are not currently a member of our Thrive programs, then I'm going to invite you personally to have a little look at our waitlist for our Evolve program, which is reopening in September. We have just finished with our graduates who have just come through. And this is a 12-week, it's a short course where you get to really step into working on your business, not in your business. It's for clinic owners who are ready to earn more whilst doing less, to build a business that doesn't rely on them, to create systems, support, and strategy that sets them free without the big investment, because your business might not be there yet in terms of revenue. So we generally, in the Evolve program, work with clinic owners who are already in business, but probably making between 1 and 5K a month. We're going to strip back all the noise for you. We're going to focus on what really matters and help you create a business that serves your life, not swallows it. If you're interested to just see some of the amazing results that our Evolve members have had, head to the waitlist in the show notes and just take a little look at some of the stuff. It is incredible what people have achieved in just a short 12 weeks. There's no commitment, just first access if you get on the waitlist, chance to secure your place before the doors open to the public. And this summer, don't just survive, thrive, and I'll be right here with you. Join me again next Friday for your second bonus episode in this series.